Hey, I'm PH, and welcome to another episode of Good Bible Knowledge with PhD. In this set of videos, I want to provide an enjoyable and helpful way to understand common questions about the Bible. I hope you'll find these videos helpful for your own spiritual journey in Jesus. So, let's get started. Why did Moses have to go to Midian? One day Moses went out to observe the Israelites in slavery, and there he saw an Egyptian beating one of his own people. Moses made sure that no one was looking, and he killed the Egyptian and hid his body in the sand. The next day, when Moses attempted to settle a dispute, two men retorted back, "Who made you ruler and deliverer over us? Will you kill us like you killed the Egyptian?" When the news came to Pharaoh, Moses fled to Egypt to the land of Midian. And tired from his journey, he sat at a well. Now, why did Moses have to go to Midian? One could say that Moses went to Midian to save his own life. However, God had a more important reason. By killing the Egyptian, Moses presumptuously took it upon himself, through his own strength, to relieve the suffering of his people apart from the direction of God. It was not yet time for Moses to deliver his people from slavery. This is why the words, "Who made you ruler over us?" was a very piercing question. Moses spent over 40 years by the well of Midian, where he started a family, tended sheep, and grew comfortable in his old age. And at a ripe old age of 80, Moses was now ready to carry out God's great work of deliverance. While Moses was tending his sheep at the mountain of God, an angel of the Lord appeared in a burning bush. And Moses bowed down in fear and reverence, and the Lord spoke these words, "I have seen the affliction of my people in Egypt, and I have come to deliver them and bring them to a promised land flowing with milk and honey. Come, and I will send you to Pharaoh to deliver my people out of bondage. I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with wonders the world has never seen. And my people will not only leave Egypt, they will plunder Egypt of its riches." While this sounded like a great plan, Moses had a number of doubts. Yet despite all of God's assurances, Moses asked God to send someone else. But God in his mercy provided a mouthpiece to speak on Moses' behalf, his brother Aaron. So Moses, together with his wife and children, went back to Egypt in obedience to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moses, "When you go back to Egypt, see that you do all the miracles that I have prepared for you to do. Know that I will harden Pharaoh's heart, but you will prevail. Thus all of Egypt will know that I am God." So why did God send Moses to Midian? Wouldn't it have been better or easier for God to lead Moses to deliver his people while Moses was in a place of power in Egypt? Moses would play a key role in God's plan of deliverance, but not as a gifted champion, but as a humble servant. During his 40 years in Midian, Moses went from a brash, impulsive young man to a broken and humble servant. And in this, God would show that it would not be Moses' strength and ability, it would not even be his great faith that would deliver the people out of bondage. It would be the power of God alone. In the Exodus, God would bring about a great deliverance through his humble, chosen servant, in order that the world may know that God is the true God of the universe. In the same way, Jesus, the Son of God, came to earth in the form of a little child, a humble servant. The Bible says there would be nothing about his physical appearance that would signify his importance and his worth. And yet God would give his Son to die on the cross in order to display God's greatest work of deliverance, the resurrection from the dead, in order to show that God is the only true God of the universe. Stay tuned for more on the life of Moses in Good Bible Knowledge. We'll see you next time.